YouTube advertising has been incredible for my business over the years. It is not an exaggeration to say that I've earned millions of dollars as a direct result of the ads that I'm running right here on YouTube. There is, however, a correct way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And the problem that I'm seeing is there are loads of people right here on YouTube that will give you a tutorial on how to launch a YouTube ad campaign. But that tutorial by itself is completely pointless. If someone's showing you click here, click there, now well done, you've launched a YouTube ad campaign, what happens when it doesn't work? Chances are, for you, it didn't work. It's because a tutorial on how to launch an ad campaign is not enough by itself. You need to understand three key things, three key strategies that need to go into your YouTube advertising. And if you understand these three things, your business will be unstoppable and your YouTube ads will be profitable. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you these three things. And if you have two without the other, you are lacking and your ads won't work. You have to understand all three and you have to deploy all three. But before we get into that, I do have a free giveaway on today's video. I've got an entire training program called Tube Ads Academy that will walk you through A to Z of how to launch these ad campaigns, hours of training, cheat sheets, formulas, it's all in there. That course sells for just under $1,000. I'm going to give one of you free access to that course for every 20 comments below. You're going to absolutely love it. So pause the video right now, drop me a comment for your chance to win that course, and let's get into the three things. The first thing you've got to be paying attention to is the video ad itself. When you run a YouTube ad, you are doing that thing that you find annoying, right? When you're browsing around on YouTube, there might even be one that pops up on this particular video right now where an ad just comes out of nowhere. You don't necessarily want it, you're not necessarily asking for it, so that person, that video has a very important job to do. It has to grab your attention. It has to pique your interest. If it doesn't do that in the first few seconds, what are you going to do? You're going to hit that skip button. You're going to move on. So if you don't have a really good first 5-6 seconds of the video, the rest of it is rendered useless and pointless anyway. So what I want to do right now is give you a video ad formula that you can follow when you're putting these videos together. And I've actually created a free resource for you that you might want to access. It's called the 60-second script, and I literally just walk you through it step by step, what you should say and do all the way through your YouTube ad. That's completely for free. There's a link in the description box or somewhere around this video. Click on that and you can just give me your email address and tell me where to send it. But let me teach you some of the tips from that cheat sheet right now. So the first thing is the hook, okay? That is what you're saying in the first 5 to 6 seconds. It's incredibly important. What I suggest you do is that you call out the clientele that you want, the customers that you want, the audience that you want in the first few seconds. Don't waste those first few seconds saying, hey, I was just out for a walk with the dog and it got me thinking. No, you've missed your opportunity, right? Don't say anything that is not laser focused on grabbing the attention of who it is that you want. So an example would be, I help coaches and course creators and consultants and agencies. So if I'm starting an ad, I would literally say, hey, real quick, if you sell courses or coaching online and you need more clients, that would be my hook. You know, the rest of the video is yet to come, but that has made it very clear who it is I'm trying to get the attention of. The second part of the video needs to be a little bit of content. Not long, we're talking 30 to 40 seconds, something that's going to give that audience a light bulb moment. You want them going, do you know what, actually this ad has interrupted me, but the first few seconds grabbed my attention, and now the content they're going into here, the next 30, 40 seconds, I'm actually finding this quite interesting, I'm finding this helpful, it's giving me a light bulb moment. So you want to put a nice piece of content in there. And the final piece, the third piece, is the call to action, okay? You want to tell them exactly what to do next and what they're going to expect on the next page. A terrible call to action is to say, so to learn more, click the link below. Okay, that's terrible. What you want to do is make it really clear what they're going to get on the next page. So if you're promoting a webinar sales funnel, then you would say, if you'd like to learn more about this topic, I've put together an amazing webinar presentation for you that's going to teach you this, this, and this. If you click the link to somewhere on or around this video, you can register for that training on the next page. That would be a good example of a call to action. Very clear, tell them exactly what they're going to get and what they should do next. So all of that, the video script is the first thing you need to know about YouTube advertising. It's so important. You can launch an ad campaign, you can set up the campaign correctly, but if your video ad sucks, it is not going to work. There is nothing that can save it. So make sure that you download this script. Like I said, it's my free gift to you, and there's a link in the description box below where you can do that. The second thing that you've got to be paying attention to with YouTube advertising is the audience that you're showing that video too, right? There are loads of different ways that you can actually advertise your video on the YouTube platform. I go into all of them in one of the lessons inside of my 2 Bads Academy course, which again, I'm giving away for free to one lucky winner for every 20 comments below. So if you're liking this content so far, don't miss out on that. Just drop me a comment. You're in for a chance to win that course. But I want to give you a little bit of a heads up on how this works right now. You will tell YouTube to show that video that you've just created as an advertisement to different keywords, right? You might go and select keywords that you think people are searching for that might indicate that they're interested in what it is that you have. You might target based on what we call placements, where if somebody identified this very video as having people watching it that might be interested in their business, they might even advertise on my video. They might select this very video. So you can do that as well. You can select a bunch of placements. You can target on YouTube based on topics. So YouTube is going to gather information about all of the users that are logged in to a YouTube account or to a Google account, and they're going to put those people into different buckets. You right now will be in a number of buckets. I will be in a number of buckets, and those buckets are called topics, things that YouTube has determined based on my viewing history and the things that I click on, the things that I watch. They've identified some topics, so we can advertise to people that are in certain topic buckets. We can also get really intricate with this, and we can target people based on what they search for on Google, because Google and YouTube share the same data. Scary, I know, but it's the reality. There are actually a bunch more ways that we can put these videos in front of people, but ultimately what I want to tell you is this: there is no right or wrong way, and what will work for one audience might not work for another, and it's very important that you know that. If you launch a video ad on YouTube to a list of keywords, and that ad campaign just doesn't work for you, you might leave having said, YouTube advertising doesn't work for my business. However, it may have just been that particular list of keywords. It may be that keywords didn't work for that ad, and in fact, placements would have taken off. Maybe placements wouldn't work, but topics would. Okay, so what you've got to understand with YouTube advertising is there is a little bit of a game to this, where you need to be testing and tweaking and trying different things, trying a different video like we talked about in step 1, trying a different audience with a new video like we're now talking about in step 2. And the final piece is now step 3. That is, where are you sending that traffic to? This is so important. If you create a really good YouTube ad, if you pick some really good audiences, but you're sending that traffic to a website that is not optimized for that traffic, or you're sending them into a sales funnel that doesn't make sense to what you said in the video, it won't work. What'll be happening is you'll be getting what we call clicks. People will be clicking on your advertisement, but you won't be getting what we call conversions. None of those clicks will be turning into something. They won't be becoming leads. They won't be becoming, customers and paying clients. And it's because there was a messaging mix-up between what you said in the video and the page you sent them to. So my best advice for you, wherever you're sending the traffic, whether it's your website or a sales funnel, whatever is the main piece of copy on that page, just that copy just means the words on the page. If that's a headline, make sure the headline makes sense to what you said in the video itself. If I said in the video itself that this is for coaches and course creators and I'm inviting them to a webinar, and then I take them to my homepage that doesn't once mention a webinar and doesn't anywhere mention coaching or selling courses, there's a disconnect. We want that message to match up perfectly, and that's going to have those clicks then actually turning into conversions. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you can follow a YouTube advertising tutorial that will show you step by step how to set up an ad campaign. But if you don't factor in those 3 things, your ad campaign, I can almost guarantee you, is going to fail. If you work at these 3 things, and I say work at it intentionally, trying different videos, trying different audiences, making sure the messaging on the next step actually makes sense, if you give that a bit of time, a few days, a few weeks, it'll pay dividends into the future, because YouTube advertising is insanely powerful and profitable if done right. And I've been able to scale my business into multiple 7 figures a year as a direct result of YouTube advertising. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did and you'd like to learn learn more about this topic, not just the traffic generation strategy, but then where do we send that traffic? How do we convert that traffic into sales? What do we sell them? What price point do we sell them at? I've got an amazing webinar presentation that I would love to share with you. There's a link in the description box or the top comment. Go ahead, scroll down, click on that, register for that training, enjoy it, learn from it, implement it. I'm excited to see what you do with it. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like this content. You're going to really enjoy the other videos that we put here right on the channel. Turn on the bell notification and I'll see you in a future video.